Hi, I'm Dr. George Fox. I'll be your physics professor for this course, assuming that you hang with it the entire way, and I hope you do. My background is eclectic at best, kind of like this shirt. I graduated from Duke in 1986 with an undergraduate degree in mechanical engineering. I then went into teaching, and I taught in Asheville, North Carolina, then Columbia, South Carolina. I started out as a straight math teacher, but then sort of to be able to get a job, I sort of promoted myself as a physics teacher, so I got a physics teaching gig. And at that point, I started to like physics more and more. And so when I went to graduate school, and went for physics, and I was trying to decide master's or PhD, and I thought I'd just go for the master's. So I worked on my master's for 2 years, and then my wife and I were expecting our first child. At that point, we figured out, my wife was in graduate school, I was in graduate school, figured out that we really couldn't afford for both of us to be in graduate school with a child, so I went back to work full time, not having finished my master's. So I taught for another 3 years. My wife went out, had a job with the Department of Health and Environmental Control for South Carolina. And so I went back, finished up my master's, and while I was working on taking a class there, a professor mentioned about a PhD project. And I thought, oh, why not? So I went to my wife, and she was willing to put up with it while I went for the rest of my PhD. Well, I went for my PhD, and so I basically 3 years after that, I had my PhD. And from there, I went into IT consulting. I did that for 9 years. And I learned a great deal, but most importantly, I learned that I like teaching a whole lot more. So I got back into teaching. At this point, I have taught pretty much every grade, students from every grade, from kindergarten through college. My most miserable experience was the second time I taught middle school. Please don't make me ever have to teach middle school again. And I've been a Foresight Tech. I've had 2 complete years at the time of this making of this video, and I will say, this is the best job I've ever had. This is awesome. So, thanks for being part of the class, and I hope you are here to learn.